Hey y'all, it's me, Alex. Today I just wanted to film like a little chatty get ready with me, kind of talking about how the last year and a half has sort of been, and kind of addressing like why I haven't really been on YouTube, because I've filmed a whole bunch and like tried to edit, but most of it has not like gotten posted. And I know I had a couple of like false starts here and there where I'm like, I'm gonna post more. And I'm gonna make sure that this isn't one of them. But yeah, I just kind of wanted to talk with y'all about where I've been, some of the makeup that I've been loving. And this video, I've been filming a lot already, so let's just get into it. Okay, so I dyed my brows yesterday, and I do really like how they turned out. I want to see, I'm not gonna do my brows initially. I'm gonna wait and sort of see at the end if I feel like I need it. I'm gonna use my Milani eyeshadow primer because in my time away from really doing my makeup on a regular basis, they discontinued my fave, and I'm bummed. The NYX HD eyeshadow primer no longer exists, which is quite sad to me, but I'll deal. And I've been putting it, like, when I've been doing my eye makeup, I've been like putting it on both like my top and bottom lids, sort of like, because I like to blow out my eyeshadow a whole bunch. I'm gonna use my Baddie Bean and Shroud Halloween palette. They did send this to me when it came out, which was super sweet of them, because like obviously I haven't really been doing a whole lot of content in the last year, but they sent it anyway. And Betty Jean is lovely, as is Chloe from Shroud, and honestly Shroud has one of my favorite eyeshadow formulas, and even though I only kind of showed it in that one video and a couple of like Instagram posts, I've been using this like a lot when I've been doing my makeup on my own. I think I'm gonna lean the green direction because that's kind of what I like in general for my makeup, so I'm gonna go in with It's Showtime, which is a very Beetlejuicy shade because fucking freaking love Beetlejuice. And I'm going to use that as my transition shade here. Because I'm using my Melton Beetlejuice brush. How cute is that? So I wanted to sort of rip the band-aid off and like actually be honest with you all about where I've been. Like, I haven't not been honest. I just haven't like shared details, but I think that that's sort of to my detriment a little bit as to why I haven't been like posting and stuff, because like I've shared with my friends and family sort of know, you know, everything that's been going on. Just it's not something I've shared publicly with my audience, and I feel like I've had a lot of like false starts into getting back into YouTube and making content that I like genuinely really like. I've kind of come to the conclusion that I'm not able to like actually really get back into doing what I'm doing until I sort of share what actually sort of happened. So I'm not gonna talk too much through this palette, I think, in order for me to like actually be able to tell you all the story, but I'm gonna focus on the greens and purples. So May of 2021, Case was had recently gotten a church assignment for their own like pastoral assignment. As I think everyone who watches this channel knows, like Case and I both work in like church or church adjacent fields. And anyway, so Case had gotten like an appointment to go be a pastor closer to home. And we were like super excited. We were like going to check out the area, check out the church and all of that. Now I know on the grand scheme of things, the United Methodist Church is still very homophobic, sort of at a worldwide level. But from our experience in various conferences, it doesn't necessarily translate to every single conference. This is important. So, Case had gotten the appointment. We had gone down to like visit the area, do all the proper meetings. Keep in mind, this is in a place where like I feel like everyone kind of knew us too, so it wouldn't come as a surprise shock. Please do not rub up against my tripod. This is distracting me, sir. Sorry, my cats are lovely, but they're also like very clingy. Like everyone sort of like knew us. We were about 3 weeks away from moving out, because also I feel like we were like too far away from family for too long, as I think like a lot of people were at that time. So we were ready, we were getting ready to move, and then we got the call that essentially the bishop said no, because someone had found a post on my social media from like 2 years ago at Christmas, like 2 years before that, like 2019, 2018, of like me and Case like being together as a couple. And like they didn't want a queer person being a pastor, even though like everyone like actually in the area and like in the church that they were going to be appointed to was like okay with it, and like really sort of like didn't care. So we had to sort of scramble because we had to be out of our house. That was sort of unavoidable, because we had another, like the next pastor was going to move in to the house that we were currently staying in that same time frame. So we made some phone calls and eventually found a place in Maryland. The Maryland area for Methodists is like super LGBT friendly, which I really, really appreciate. We were staying, by the grace of God, in this like attic apartment at a church for like 3 months that summer while we were trying to like actually figure out where we could stay. Because I was like, at that time, I had like just gotten the job that I have now. Case was trying to finish their degree. And eventually we moved out to like Baltimore County, which is where we are now in the current place that we're living. I was, like working plus like freelancing and door dashing and all of that stuff to like kind of help us make ends meet. I mean, physically it didn't allow me a lot of time to sort of pursue the things that I loved, but also it was like a traumatic enough situation too, where like it kind of scared me off from like posting on my public social media for like a really long time. And like I'm still a little, you know, about it. Like I'm not gonna lie, this is really scary and really daunting for me. But YouTube and like content creation and makeup and stuff has been something that I've loved for like so long, and for the last while it's been feeling like I've been missing a piece of myself in sort of not being able to bring myself to do it. And one of my goals for this year is to sort of like come back and like feel like myself a bit. I'm kind of going to try to dedicate my Fridays to like filming and stuff, because I work Sunday through Thursday and Case works Monday through Friday. So I'm like, okay, on the one day off that I have that we don't really spend together, until like the evening, I'm gonna like try and do YouTube and kind of work on the things that I enjoy like this. I'm really obsessed with this color. Sorry, even outside of YouTube, I've really been using the heck out of this kind of like on the weekends, anytime that I'm not like doing work makeup. So like that's kind of been like essentially the main reason that I feel like I haven't been able to like get back on social media. I'm still watching all of the YouTube videos. I'm in a Discord with all my makeup friends. I'm still very much, I feel like, a part of the community, but I'm very, very, very quiet about it because I feel like I've sort of had to be. But I did like talk this over with Case the other day, and I was like, look, this is what I feel like I need to do in order to be able to kind of like get back into the swing of things. And they're like fully supportive. I'm working at a church right now and they're like super, super accepting. I really, really love that. I'm able to be out and be myself. And that just feels so wonderful to me. Like I recently started sharing that I go by they, them pronouns exclusively now, and everyone's been super supportive, both like in my day-to-day life and in my work and all of that. And I feel like I'm in such a better place, and I need to like start getting out of the trauma of feeling like I'm not. And that's what this video is, because I'm like happy with my life and I wasn't for a while. And I've worked really hard, and I feel like I need to get to enjoy it. And like, that's probably a lot for me to just be sharing, like, I'm back, have some trauma. And I feel like things are kind of changing for the better overall. There's been like some other things that have happened in the last year too. Like, I had 2 trips to the emergency room, and I didn't realize that that wasn't a clean brush. I thought it was a clean brush. Shoot. I'm like fine, because they were both like genuine one-off freak accidents, but like 2 trips to the emergency room in the same year for like one person, that's kind of a lot. So like, that's kind of upended my life. We've adopted another cat, Jacques, who I have like shared about in like my knitting podcasts and stuff, because this is like my office room, which is also sort of his room, where we like keep his food separate because he has to have special food. I'm working in the church now, in case kind of stopped after all of that happened, which is like totally fair and good and reasonable. Basically, I'm just like trying to feel like myself again. I'm not gonna be posting like exclusively beauty content anymore, because I think the other thing that I have discovered in the last year is there's like so much more that I've been really like enjoying. Like, I want to vlog, I want to share like my knitting and stuff, because that's been a huge part of my life as well. I've been enjoying a lot of knitting. I've been enjoying a lot of knitting podcasts. I've been enjoying a lot of knitting podcasts, and that's like something I would kind of like to participate in. I tried, but like all my other attempts to sort of do YouTube in the last year hasn't like stuck. Basically, this is all to say, like, I'm still gonna do makeup, but that's not gonna be the only thing that y'all are gonna see. In sort of like the general changes that my life has had in the last year, I shared about this on like my Twitter circle with my close friends, but I still feel like this sort of reigns true. The last time I was doing YouTube was when it was like really, really cool to like make really controversial videos. And I still hold on to a lot of like my same, you know, beliefs and feelings as I did then. But I also am kind of like, I don't feel quite as like strong and intense and sharing that in the world. And it's like, will people like me if I'm not like kind of a bitch on the internet? I hope the answer is yes, genuinely. No worries if not. Like, you don't have to be here for the same stuff as you were before. Like, people grow apart and people change, and like, that's normal. But that is to say, like, I've been scared as to what it would be like to be online and not like, you know, like I used to be. I want to be back on YouTube, so I'm going to be. You're not going to see this video until I have like a couple others like filmed and edited and ready for upload. That way I can like get a little bit ahead of myself, you know, just to make sure that I'm like giving you the quality and consistency that like I want to be able to give. So that's sort of that, but I'm gonna film another video after this and go ahead and start editing. I think I'm gonna vlog a little bit this weekend, because like I have some errands to run today. We're gonna go see a movie with friends tomorrow. All of that good stuff. So I think that'll be nice. Also, as you can see, I got my hair cut like different from how I normally do it. I got it done like literally yesterday. I really love the hairstylist that I found, because me and Case go to the same person. And she like specializes in like kind of more queer haircuts. And I really love that. I've been doing like the side shave with the swoopy top for a while, like kind of since COVID, because that was a haircut I was able to give myself at home. And that like looked really cute, but I was really just feeling ready for a change. So I showed my hairstylist like a couple of ideas. Like, I've sort of been obsessed with like the 90s Winona Ryder pixie sort of cut, and like just like short wavy pixies that show a little bit more forehead, because my forehead hasn't seen the light of day in like at least 5 years. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been a little bit nervous about showing my forehead because I feel like it's kind of big. But I think like I need to get over myself a little bit. And also, like, when you have super short hair, there's not much you can do when you're like ready for a change. And I also feel like this if I decide like next time I'm ready to do something different, this will probably like look a bit better as it grows out than having like, you know, the shaved side swoopy top, because it's like more blended. But I was like showing her the hairstyles that I had in mind, and her reaction was literally like, wait, why haven't I been doing this to your hair the whole time? Like I've been seeing her for like a year for my hair, and she's like, yeah, why wasn't I doing this to your hair before? So that feels like really good, like when your stylist is just as excited about your hair as you are. Okay, I need to like put the things on my face instead of just talking. I'm gonna use the ColourPop Tinted Moisturizer. I don't like ColourPop at all. This is just kind of what was available to me because my actual favorite tinted moisturizer, I didn't think it had a lighter shade, because the shade I have is like my summer shade, and I'm very, very pale right now, obviously. But they do, it's just online only and not available at Target. It's the Lip Bar Tinted Moisturizer. I really, really like it. So I'm gonna get that. I just want to finish this up first before I kind of do anything. I've become like a lot more vigilant about like actually trying to use up products and stuff this last year too, which has felt really good to me, because like I've still been buying makeup. The next video I'm gonna film after this is sort of like my top 10 makeup products of 2022. I've been buying makeup products, but I haven't been doing it like at the same sort of like speed as I was before all of this happened, because like one, I was broke, but two, I feel like I got into a place where I was definitely using what I have instead of like buying more. So it's very like, I don't know, I really wanted to make sure that the things that I was buying was stuff that I would end up using, and I feel like I did really good on that regard. I feel like I'm doing really good on my face right now too. I feel cute. Like ever since I got this palette, the Noon palette from Midas, which is another brand that doesn't exist anymore, I've been using this like every single day. The highlighter got a huge dent in it because I use a lot of highlighter. The others are like super, super pigmented. So I don't quite need to get as much use out of it there. I think I'm gonna need to figure out another situation for my face stuff soon, especially once like I finish up that highlighter, because this was just perfect for my face. But I can't get it anymore. Oh, and now I get to bronze like my whole forehead. Gosh, this will also help cover up the hair dye stains. Ah, what a great idea, because I did this all by myself last night. I figured, since I was kind of like scared of my own forehead, I figured if I hated it, I could either like cover it up with bangs or like make my forehead look smaller with contouring. Same with my brows. Like if these ended up like sucking and or like stained, or like the dye didn't take after I bleached them, because I fully bleached my brows in order to do this last night. I figured if that didn't work out, I mean, I know how to fill in my brows. I've been doing it with eyeshadow for the last however many years. I think I will get like a brow gel, like a clear brow gel, to just like slick them down a little bit. But yeah, I think I might, like, if I have time today, I might just go to Ulta. They're like, I know NYX has like a brow gel that I might want to try. NYX has been coming out with a lot of stuff that I'm like kind of interested in. Oh, this blush is so good. If anyone has any like recommendations for a single blush that is like about this shade but not like super pigmented, I feel like this blends into my skin really well, and I'm gonna miss this whenever I finish it because I can see the pan starting to like show through a little bit. So I think I'm gonna go with a dark lipstick. I got this really cute bundle from Lime Crime around Christmas. They did a little Velveteens bundle. I especially love the packaging that they did, the lavender, and this one is in the shade Blood Moon. So I think that it'll be nice and like dark and spooky. Okay, I have to wait for this to dry because this one I do have to do like 2 coats. I'm stuck in the 2010s when it comes to my lipstick. Like I have glosses that I like that I'm gonna talk about in my next video and all of that for like my day-to-day, but honestly, I still love me a good matte liquid lipstick. I have lost the ability to put on lipstick without getting it on my teeth. But I am doing better in terms of like making the shape good without having to try hard. So I guess that's a decent trade-off. So I think that's it for this look. I think I'm gonna film another get ready with me like tomorrow using some other makeup that I've been loving. Just kind of let me know how you're doing. I know that I'm not always the best when it comes to responding to comments, but I do read everything. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Especially if you got to this point, because I know that was kind of a lot. I really do appreciate everyone's support and like everyone who is sticking with me, you know, throughout all of this sort of garbage that has happened, and I'm really, really, really happy to be back, like genuinely. So anyway, yeah, thank you so much for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me. I'll see y'all in my next one. I have another video I'm gonna make. Okay, I hope you'll have a wonderful day. Bye!